Okay. So till now we have discussed on Java concepts. Now let's discuss on Selenium. So before going into the Selenium, we have a couple of topics which needs to be discussed. One such topic is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay. So what is this means? If you want to create any web page, if you want to create the UI of the web page, we use HTML. We use HTML to create the UI of the web page, any web page. So in HTML, we use tags. What are these tags? So tags means, so anything which you are writing in between these angular brackets, that we call it as a tag. So we call this as starting tag, and ending tag will contain backslash. Okay, suppose I want to create a tag called head. So this is the starting tag and this is the closing tag. Starting tag and closing tag. So whatever you write in between these two tags, whatever you write in between these two, that will be your head of your application. And if you want to write any body to your application, this we call it as body tag. Whatever you want to write in the body, that you write in the body of the HTML, body tag of the HTML. If you want to add any title to your application, that we write in the title tag. Okay. So if you want to give any title to your application, that you give in the title tag. If you want to add any paragraph, you write like this. P stands for paragraph. If you want to add any headings to your application, like in your application, if you want to write any headings, so H1 stands for heading level 1. Heading level 1. H2 stands for heading level 2. Like this, you will have a number until H6, you will have headings. Okay. So if you want to add any paragraph in your application, you can add with this. If you want to add head to your application, you can do like this. If you want to add body, you can add like this. If you want to add title, you can add the title like this. Okay. Now, if you want to add any table in your application, if you want to add any table like this. So if you want to add any table in your application, what is the hierarchy means? 1 minute, let me erase this. So this is the table. These are columns and these are rows of your table. Okay. So in the first column, in the first row, you will have headers, right? Headers are nothing but, suppose if you consider the employee table or student table, employee or student table, you will have in the first row, you will have the information of the students, headers like student ID, student name, class, roll number, like this. So this we call it as headers of this table. And in this, from the second row, you will have the data. Suppose student ID means the row 1, 2, 3, like the serial numbers. So first student name, so and so, Vasvik, class, first roll number, so and so. So from starting from the second row, you will have the data. In the first row, you will have the headers. Okay, so how you can create a table in HTML is, the first tag will be the table tag. Inside this table, you have rows, right? So this is the ending table tag. So in between these two tags, you will have rows. First row, second row, third row, like this. So how many rows the table has, that many TR and TRs you will have. Starting and closing TRs you will have. In between these rows, you will have the, so for the first row, you will have headers, right? So for headers, it will be TH. For headers, it will be TH, You can create number of THs like this. So if your table has 4 columns, you can create 4 THs like this. Suppose in between the first and second, you can add like this. What is the first TH? SID. So in between the starting and ending tag, you can write SID. For the second starting and ending tag, ending TH, you can write S name. Third one, you can write class. Fourth one, you can write roll number. Like this. If you want to, from the second row, you have to add the data, right? So you can create TD data. This is called data tag. So what is the SID? 1. Second TD is name. So you can add like this, Vaswik, and close the TD. Third TD is class, first class. So you will add the 1 like that. Roll number, you can add a 1, roll number also 1. Like this, you can add the data. Even for the third row, you can add the data like this, starting TD, ending TD. In between these 2 tags, you can add the information, whatever you want. This is how we create a table in HTML. Okay. This is how we create a table. So using these tags only, we can create an application. Let's see one example. How to create an application. Simple example. Let me open a word only. One second. Okay. So here you can write the, let me write a simple application. Suppose if you take any Flipkart or any application like this. Let me open the Flipkart application. So this will be the whatever is displayed after this. So this will be your title of the, wait a second. Just so whatever is displayed here, see, if you see here, online shopping, whenever I search for flipkart.com, it is showing some title here. What it is showing? Online shopping site for mobiles, electronics, furniture, grocery, lifestyle, books, and more. Best offers. So this will be the title. The title of this application, the title of this page is this one. And whatever you are seeing at the top and the heading level, this will be in your heading section. And in between this, in between the header and at the bottom, you will have a footer. This we call it as a header. Top of the, top one, we call it as a header, and bottom one, whatever we are seeing here, we call this as a footer. Header and footer. So in between this header and footer, whatever we have, that we call it as body. Body of this application, body of this page, body of this page. So if you want to create any web page like this, you can create the UI, whatever you want to display on this page, that UI you can design it using the HTML. Using HTML, you can design it. If you want to add any tables, or if you want to add paragraphs, or if you want to add any images, if you want to add any links, everything you can do it using the HTML. So if you want to add any image, you have a IMG tag. If you want to add any link, you have A tag, anchor tag. So for everything, whatever you want to add into this, HTML into this web page, you can do it using HTML. How you can do it? So we'll start from the basic one. Okay. So I'll show you with one basic thing. So HTML will start the starting of the tag. So you can start your application with the HTML tag, starting tag and ending tag. So in between this only you can add any tags. The starting tag will be HTML, the ending tag will be /HTML. With this, in between this only you have to write all your tags. So first let me add head. If you want to add any head section, you can add it in between these two. Okay. In this header, I want to add title. What is the title of the page that I am trying to give? So title, I want to add demo page. This is the title that I want to display when I open this page. When I open this page, this is the title that I want to show. Title also will come under the header section. So I have included that in the heading part. Okay. So once the title is done, I want to add title. So what is the main thing that I want to show here? Okay. So that I will add in the H1 tag, header tag. So and close this header one. Okay. So the heading of this application and the title of this page I have included in the header part. Now let me go into the body part. Okay, this is the body. In between this, I want to add some paragraph. I'll add it like this. Okay, this paragraph I have added. And if you want to add any tables or any links, so for adding links, if you want to add any link, so this is a link, right? So if you want to add any link, you can add it using the A tag. A tag will help you to add any link in your web page. If you want to provide any link here, so if you click, all these are links, right? All this in the back end, they are links. So if you want to add such links, you can use A tag. This is the tag. A stands for anchor, anchor tag. Okay. And if you want to add any images, you can add with this tag, IMG tag. IMG tag will help you to add the image into your web page. Okay. So IMG tag, we have div tags, you have. So a lot of things are there, lot of tags are there. So going forward, whenever we are working on a particular application, I'll try to cover all the tags, maximum of the tags. But as of now, I want to just show you what is HTML and how the tags will be there in order to create a web page. Okay. So going forward, we'll see all these tags one by one. But for now, for today, you just understand that this is how we write a HTML page in order to create an application. In order, we are not mainly bothered on how to create an application. We are mainly worried about how we can make use of already existing tags. So based on these tags only, we will write our code in order to identify that particular element in the web page. So you just need to concentrate mainly on these tags, not on how to create an application. Okay. So now I have created my simple application like this. So if you want to add any button, see this view all is one button. If you want to add any button into your application, you have one tag called button tag. So in between this, if you write anything like this, suppose view all, this is the button you want to create. You can create it like this. So this will act as a button. This will act as a button. You all will act as a button now. So whatever you want, you can create here. HTML has provided a lot of tags. By making use of that in your application, you can add whatever you want. Okay. So now let me save this one. So you have to save it as .html file. For a Word document, you will save it as .doc or docx. But for HTML, you have to save it as .html file. Okay, let me save it as okay. Save as, instead of rich text document, I want to save it as web page. So it will be in the format of .html. I don't want to save it as a text document. I want to store it as .html file. Okay, so I'll select this one, .html file, and I'm saving it on the desktop. Okay, now it is saved. Now, how can I open this application? I have written code. Now I want to open this page. I want to see how my page will look like. So if I go to the desktop, so here you have HTML demo, which is of the format HTML document, right? So now you select it, right click on it, go with open with. You can choose any browser in your system. So as of now, I'll open it using the Firefox. Okay. 1 second, something has gone wrong. If you create your HTML page and save it as .html file, it should show you all these things. So it should show you in this format, like in the heading part, it should show you my first HTML, and the title, it should show you as demo page. Here it should show you as demo page. So this is what it should show. I'm not sure what the issue is exactly. This is how we create an HTML page. I'll get back to you on this, why it is not working. Let me show you here. So this is so if you right click, this is Flipkart application. So if you right click and go to inspect element, it will show you all the tags, So this is the starting HTML tag, and this is the ending HTML tag. So in between this, they have written all their code. This is the head part, though this is the header tag. So whatever is there in the header tag, that they have written everything here, and this is the body tag. So in between these two HTML tags, HTML/HTML, they have written head and body. Head and body they have written. So in the header part, they have included a lot of things here. So a lot of things they have done here. They have added the title. So what is the title? So whenever so here you can see, right, online shopping site for mobiles, that they have written here. So that is why whatever you write in this title, that will be displayed here. Okay. So this is the title. And apart from that, they have written a lot of things. No need to worry about all those things. And in body section, if you come into the body, they have written a lot of div tags. So div is nothing but dividing a page. They have divided the page into multiple parts, and for each part they have given some names, and by using those names they are trying to access those things. So they have created a lot of divisions. They have separated the page into a lot of divisions. Okay, so this is how we create a tag. Using this HTML, we can create our own the UI. If you want to add anything to the UI, or if you want to remove anything from the UI, based on this HTML tags only, we can do it. Based on this HTML tags, whatever they have given here, using that we can do it. Even the link tags will also allow you to create a link, or you can use the EA tag, anchor tag, to create the link. Okay, if you want to add any image, you can add it using the img, or so for the, see why they have used the link tag here is, this is an image. Even if you click this image, it is acting as a link. It is showing a new page, right? So whenever you click on this, it will be navigated to a new page. That is why even the image is also working as a link. So that is why they have created this image using the link tag, not the img tag. Just to show an image, you can use the img tag. But if you want to make this image also work as a link, they have used the link tag. So this is about the HTML. We will be using mostly, we'll be working mainly with the HTML only, HTML part. Okay. That is the basic thing that about the HTML. I'll get back to you why it is not working, but generally we use this format to create any HTML tag. There might be some issue somewhere. I'll get back to you on that. Okay. Now we will see the next part. Div tag means dividing the web page into multiple parts. Suppose if this is the web page, if you want to divide it into like this, 4 parts. So this can be done by using the div tag. Div. So you can divide the web page into n number of parts by using the div tag. Now, the one more thing you want to understand here is how can we identify these things? How can we identify these things? For us, we have names. So with the names, we can identify the people. Or we have the Aadhaar cards, Aadhaar numbers to uniquely identify. But for the driver to identify these tags, what is the thing? So for each and every tag, suppose head tag or title tag, whatever it might be, or div tag or table tag. So there might be n number of tables. There might be n number of divs in a web page. In a web page, if you consider, there might be any number of div tags. Suppose I have 10 div tags here. In this web page, I have 10 different div tags. Okay. So how can I specify the driver that go and find this particular div? This particular div, how can the driver go and find that element? So for that reason, what they have done is for every tag, we can provide name. We can provide name or ID with which you can uniquely identify this particular tag in that web page. So for every tag, you can give either name or ID or whatever you want, you can give it. Suppose for this div tag, I want to give ID as ID is equal to with which you ID mostly in the HTML, ID means it will be a unique thing. With ID, you can have only one tag. So uniquely you can identify this particular tag by using this ID. ID or name equal to, if you want to provide name also, you can provide. But what I can prefer mostly is ID. ID is the unique thing with which you can identify any particular tag in a web page. Suppose if I have n number of table tags, n number of tr tags, n number of td tags, then how can I can identify this particular element in this web page by using the ID or name or with which you can uniquely identify that element. These things we call them as properties. This we call them as properties. What are the properties of a particular tag? ID, name, like this, whatever you want to provide, you can provide. This we call them as properties. Suppose in this web page, if you see, let me go to that HTML, right click, inspect element. If you do, you will be navigated to this HTML page. See, for this div tag, they have given one property called class. So let me go to any other tag which contains ID or name. So all these are properties. Apart from tag name, whatever you can see here, those we call it as tag names. Properties. So if you go here, 1 minute, let me show. See, for this meta tag, name is one property. That means OG underscore URL is the name of this tag. And one more property itself they have added. OG colon URL is the property, is one property. Content is one property. So like this, you can have any properties for a particular tag. If you have ID, then that will be the unique part. See, for this tag, they have given the name property. Name is equal to keywords. Content is equal to online shopping in India, online shopping store, online shopping site. So this is the content property. This is the name property. So like this, for each and every tag, they will have some, they'll add some unique properties by which you can uniquely identify that particular tag. See, in this page itself, you have any n number of meta tags. You can see here itself, you have 4, here you have 2, and link tags also you have multiple. So how can we identify a particular tag? By using the properties of that tag. What are the properties? Like ID, name, whatever they, even property also they added as one property. So whatever you have after this tag name, all those things we call it as properties, properties of that particular tag. Using that properties, we can identify that particular element. See, for title, they didn't add any property. They didn't add any property because title tag will be only one for a web page. There will be only one title for that web page. So for title tag, they didn't add any properties here, but they have added the content. What is the content? Online shopping site for mobiles. In between these two tags, if they write anything, that is called content. Within the starting tag, after this title tag, if they add anything, that we call them as properties. See, after meta, they didn't close this one. They didn't close this tag. After this meta, they are adding something that we call it as properties. But in between this starting tag and ending tag, in between that, if they are adding anything, that we call them as body of the tag, body of this tag. Okay, so that is the difference between properties and body. So I'll tell you here. So after this div, if I'm not closing this tag and I'm writing something, ID is equal to something, name is equal to something, or class is equal to something, like this, I'm adding few things and finally I'm closing it. And here I'm closing this div tag. In between this, if I write, that is called body of this div tag, body of div tag. And whatever I'm writing here, this we call them as properties. This we call as properties. By using the properties, we can uniquely identify a particular HTML tag in a web page. Is it clear, all of you? All of you, is it clear? Any confusion?
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So this is about the HTML. Now we'll go into Selenium thing. Why we need all these things, we'll discuss now. Web driver is one of the Selenium component we have studied, right? Web driver. The initial version of the Selenium is Selenium IDE, which comes with Firefox plugin, which comes as Firefox plugin, and it is outdated. We are not using it anymore. The next version is Selenium RC. We have studied all these things in the first class, so I'm just recollecting all those. Remote control. Selenium RC stands for remote control, which is the second version they have released. It completely automates the application, but the only thing is its architecture is very complex to construct. So they have moved to Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver is the third component which they have released. Now we are going to study about this WebDriver. Okay, this is the third component which they have released. By using this only, we will be able to automate our testing process. So what is the thing is, we have to, so assume that this driver is blindfolded. He cannot see anything, but based on our instructions, this driver will drive the application. Whatever application we want, he will drive the application based on our instructions. So these instructions can be given in any of the programming languages which Selenium supports. So like in Java, we can give the instructions. In C, we can give. In Python, we can give. In Ruby, we can give. Okay, these instructions can be given in any of the languages which the driver can understand. Okay, we are studying Selenium with Java. So in Java only, we will be giving the instructions to the driver. How we will give the instructions? Suppose this is my application. So this is a Flipkart application. Okay, and I have opened it in Chrome. I want to open this in Chrome. So how I will ask the driver to do all this? See, I don't want to even open the application manually. I want the driver only to do that task. everything like opening the browser, and in the browser, the driver itself have to open this URL, flipkart.com. Everything has to be done by the driver. Only thing I have to do is I have to give the instructions to the driver. What I want to give the instruction, I'll tell the web driver, go and open the Chrome browser. Go and open Chrome browser. So if I give this instruction, the driver has to open the Chrome browser, which is in my laptop or system. Once it is open, what I want to give, open URL flipkart.com. So if I give this instruction, that web driver has to type flipkart.com in the search bar, which is available in the browser. So here it has to type flipkart.com and click on enter. So this thing, when I give this instruction, driver only has to do all these things. Once I do this, once the flipkart.com web page is open, what I want to do, I want to search for mobiles. Search for any Apple phone or Samsung mobile. So what I'll do in Flipkart, once Flipkart is open, in Flipkart also you'll have one more search bar here. Here I am asking the web driver to search for Samsung mobile. Okay, all these instructions I have to give in either Java language or C language or Python or Ruby to the web driver. Once I give the web instructions, the web driver has to do all these things. Okay, now before giving instructions or before asking the driver to do this, first I have to initiate web driver. That means I have to I will download, initiate web driver. First I have to download the web driver from the internet. In internet, everything is available. You can download the web driver from internet. I'll show you how to download that. Once you download this web driver, you can initiate it using your code in Java program. You can initiate this web driver. Once you initiate this web driver, and then you can give the instructions to the web driver. First, you have to start this web driver. You have to make it start. Once it is started, then you can give the instructions, and based on these instructions, web driver will drive this application in any browser, whichever you want. For each and every browser, you will have one web driver. So web driver is the super class. It is an interface. This web driver is an interface. Under this interface, you will have multiple classes. Like for Chrome, you have Chrome web driver. For Firefox, you will have Firefox web driver. That means in order to drive the Chrome browser, you will have Chrome web driver. In order to drive Firefox web browser, you will have Firefox web driver. For IE, you will have IE web driver. For Safari, you will have Safari web driver. So like this, you will have for each and every browser, you will have that particular web drivers. So Chrome web driver cannot drive Firefox. Firefox web driver cannot drive IE. So like that, it won't happen. It is one-to-one mapping. So Chrome web driver can drive only Chrome browser. Firefox web driver can drive only Firefox browser. So like this, it is designed. So web driver, first we have to download from the internet and we have to initiate it. And all the packages related to Selenium. So inbuilt classes like Selenium has also provided some jars. For us, no need to do all these things. So it is already done. Just we have to make use of this. See, in order to open the Chrome browser, the instructions what we have to give to the web driver, it is already written. The code is already written. We have to make use of it. We have to just use already existing code. That code also, it is available in the form of jar files, library jars. It is already available in the internet. What you have to do is you have to download this and you can make use of all these instructions. In order to open a Chrome browser, we have one method webdriver.get that is already available. The code is already written in order to open the browser, open the URL. So like for all these things, Selenium, they have already written the code. We have to just make use of it. Okay, once we start, we'll get to know all these things. Okay, now One more thing is, till now we have seen how to create a Java project. We have created a Java project till now. But going forward, we will be creating Maven project. What is the difference between these two? See, Maven project will help us in downloading all the jars automatically from the internet. All the jars from internet. So no need to, so what is the task that we need to do? So jars are already available in the internet. All the files which are all Selenium related class files are already available in the internet. They are available in the internet. So manually we have to download it from the internet, and this we have to add to our project. Add all these jars to add to our project. This is what we need to do. If you are not using the Maven project, if you are creating a Java project, Selenium related jars are already available in the internet. You have to download it and then you have to add to your project. But using the Maven project, it will help you. So no need of all these things. If you just add two lines in your project, it will automatically download all the jars from the internet and add all the jars to your project. It will be downloaded from the internet, and it will also add all the jars to your project. So that is the feasibility it will give. Okay, no need to download it and again add it to your project. Suppose when you are downloading, if any file is missing, again you have to download everything and add to your project. So all this kachra work, we no need to do it. So Maven project will take care of all those things. Just you need to add two lines to your project. I'll tell you what are those things that you need to add and where to add, how to add, everything I'll tell you. So once you add that, it will download all the files which you need to work with Selenium. All those things will be automatically downloaded from the internet, and it will add all those things to your project. And finally, if suppose, see now, if you there are a lot of versions, right? So Selenium 3 was there, and now Selenium 4 is currently going on. So if you lot of versions are there in between, if you want to change any version, suppose you have downloaded Selenium 3.0.1, now you want to use 3.5.4, something like this. If you want to use some other version, here in the normal method, you have to remove all the existing ones. Then you have to download the latest one, and again you have to add all those things to your project. But in Maven project, everything, so in these two lines, we will be providing the version also. Just if you change the version, suppose previously I had the version as 3.0.1. Now, if I just modify this version, if I just give 3.5.4 here, it will take care of everything. It will remove the older versions and it will add new versions. So that is the feasibility that Maven project has provided to us. Okay. So it will download all the jars from the internet. It will add all those jars to our project. And if any version change, if you want to do, or if any upgrades, if you want to add to your project, that can be easily done. So that is why instead of creating a Java project, we create a Maven project that will allow us to add all the jars. Instead of jars, I can also say dependencies. What are the Selenium dependent files that can be downloaded easily from the internet, and we can add all those dependencies to our project. Just two lines that we need to add. Okay, this two lines will be more powerful for adding all the jars into our project. Okay, so now let's start with creating a Maven project for today. So till now we have created a Java project, right? So we have created a Java project called Java Basics. In this, once you create a Java project, it will download all Java related jar files. If you see, all these are Java related jar files. Now, if you create a Maven project, not only Java related, whatever jar files you want to download and you want to add to your project, that can be done very easily within fraction of seconds. Okay, I'll show you how it will happen. First, let us create a Maven project. So how to create? Go to File, New, Project. Here, I'll search with Maven. Maven project. I want to create a Maven project. Okay, click on Next. Next. Here, just a while, it will load some arch types. Arch types are nothing but templates, already existing templates. See, if you open a PowerPoint, if you are opening a new PowerPoint here, if you are creating a new project, so first what it will do, it will show you some templates, right? Already existing templates. If you want that, you can select it. Otherwise, you can create a blank presentation like this. So whenever you are creating any, okay, let me open like this, any Word or PowerPoint, it will show you some templates. See, these are the templates which are already existing, right? You can go ahead and use this templated presentation, or you can create a blank presentation. The same way, these are some already existing templates, okay, which Eclipse has provided. So I want to use quick start one, okay, quick start arch type. Let me show you that one. Maven quick start one. See, not this, 1 minute. This is from GitHub. I'll show you which one. Or let me search like this. Mm. Mm, 1.4 version should be there. 1.4 Maven quick start arch type, like this it should come. Let me search. Let me remove this. In this Maven, 1.4 quick start arch type should be there. This is plugin. Maven arch type quick start 1.4. It should be like that. Mm. Mhm. Yeah, this is the one. Maven arch type quick start. This is the one we are going to use. Okay, which is of what 1.4 version. Okay, this is the more flexible for us to use. So that is why we are using this artifact ID. Okay, just to select that one. If you search here Maven hyphen arch type, hyphen quick start. You will get this one. Select it, click on next. Here you have to give the group ID, artifact ID. So let me give Selenium demo. Okay. So artifact ID also, I'll give the same thing, Selenium demo. Why we have to give all these things, I'll show you. Group ID, artifact ID. This is the version. Don't make any changes to the already existing one. Just give group ID and artifact ID. This is your package. This will be your package. Now click on finish. Okay. So once you click on finish, it will take some time because it has to load the already existing jars. So what and all it has created? It has created one Java library. So Java related jars it has downloaded, right? So all the Java related jars it has downloaded for that template. What and all needs to be downloaded, that has already been done. And now in this Maven dependencies, it has already added two jars, which is JUnit and Hamcrest core. So these two things it has already added. But if you want to add anything manually, suppose Selenium related jars are not added. JRE stands for only Java related jars. And now it has included only in Maven dependencies, it has created only JUnit jar and Hamcrest core jar. Selenium related jars are not added. If you want to add that one, if you see this folder structure, this is the Java, whatever Java related main, developers will write their code in this part, source, main, Java. And testers, if you want to write any code, we will be writing the code in source, test, Java. So these are the two different folders they have provided. Okay. So now they have it has created one source folder. In test, we can write your Java code here. Okay. Here you can write, and target folder, whatever the output of the program, if something output is getting generated and if you want to store, you can store it in the target folder. Okay. This is the high level thing which a Maven project creates. Suppose if you want to add any other dependencies like Selenium dependencies, I want to add, where I can add is, so what is the 2-line code where we can add is, go to this pom.xml file. Here you can see one pom.xml file, page object model. So this file will control all the dependencies, all the jar files related to Maven. All the dependencies will be controlled in this file. So if you open this file, if you open this file, let me close others. Here you could see a lot of things here. So as of now, don't worry after line number 30. Line number 30, we will be discussing after few sessions. Till line number 29, you have to concentrate mainly this part. Okay. So this is the group ID which we have given while creating our project. This is the model version. Artifact ID, which is the thing which we have provided while creating this project. This is the version. So these three things will automatically get created whenever we are creating the project. These three things we have given, right, at the time of creation of the project: group ID, artifact ID, and version. So those are the three things. So this is the starting tag and this is the ending tag. In between that, they have it has taken all the values which we have given. Okay, what is the name of our project? It is Selenium demo. This is the, if you want to add any URL, you can add it here. Now, here, if you come to this dependencies part, if you come to this dependencies, by default, it has added the JUnit. JUnit is one thing with which you can run the program. So we are not going to discuss about JUnit now. So by default, whenever you create a Maven project, these are the default things that it will be adding. Apart from that, if you want to add anything, so now I want to add Selenium related jar files, that I will be going to keep here. That 2 lines, these are the 2 lines. So you have to give the group ID, artifact ID, and the version. And the scope is not mandatory. If you want to add, you can add. Otherwise, you can ignore this one. But these are the 3 main things that you have to provide. Okay. So under this dependencies tag, you can add any number of dependencies. That means any number of jar files. If you want to download, you can keep the dependency here. So in that dependency, what are the main things? Group ID, artifact ID, and version. How can we get this group ID, artifact ID, version? No need to worry about that, and no need to worry about remembering all these things. You already have one website for this. Maven has provided one website. What is that website? Is MVN repository. MVN repository. That means MVN stands for Maven, mavenrepository.com. And this is the homepage of this Maven repository. If you want to add Selenium related jars, so just search here Selenium jars. If you click here, it will show you all the files, okay, which are related to Selenium. In that, I want to select the first one, Selenium with Java. Okay, click on the first one. Here, it will show you all the versions which are available. So as of now, 4th version is running, right? So 4.4.0 is the latest version. Okay, I don't want to use the latest version because in latest version, stability will not be there. There might be few changes as well. So I will use the 3rd version only, in 3, which is the most used package. So the 3.141.59, this is the most used, or I can go ahead and use the older one as well. For our learning purpose, I'll use this 3.4.0 version. So if you click on this one, whatever version you want, you can select, but I want to go with the basic version. So I'll select 3.4.0, click on this. If you click on this, it will show you all the jar files related to this version. Here, if you come down, it gives you the dependency. So this is the dependency for in order to download all the jars related to this package, Selenium jars. So you have to copy this one. So group ID, this is the group ID, this is the artifact ID, and this is the version. Just select it. Okay, select, copy this one, and go to your form.xml. Here, you can add that file. You can add the 2 lines. This is a comment part. If you want, you can remove it. So this is the main thing. This is the dependency that you are going to add. Artifact, group ID, artifact ID, and dependency. Okay. Now, so if you observe here in Maven dependency, as of now, you have only 2 jars. Once I place this dependency 2 lines here, and if I save this file, now observe the magic, it will automatically download all the jar files and add it to our project. See, I have added these 2 lines, group ID, artifact ID, and version. 3 lines I have added it here in under the dependencies tag. Okay. So once I add it and save this form.xml file, say I'm saving this form.xml file, observe the magic that happens here. It will automatically add all the Selenium related jar files. So I'm saving this one. Here it is building the project. If you see progress, you can see here. So it is adding all those things. Give some time, it will add everything to our project. So now if you observe, so initially it was JUnit and Hamcrest. Now if you see, it has added all the Selenium related jars. Selenium Java, Selenium API, Selenium Chrome driver related, Selenium Edge driver, Firefox driver, IE driver, Opera driver, remote driver. So whatever, everything related to Selenium. What and all jars we need in order to work with the Selenium. All the jars are automatically downloaded and they have been added to our project. If you want to do it manually, you want to download everything from the internet, and again you have to add that to our project. Using Maven project, if you simply add these 2 lines in your form.xml, it will take care of all the jars related to that particular. So as of now, I want to add selenium related. So selenium related lines I have dependency related lines I have added in form.xml. It has downloaded. Now in tomorrow, if I want to add any other related jar file, I can simply go and search in Maven repository here. In Maven repository, if I want to add any Excel related Apache PY related jar files. So if I want to add, 1 minute, let me go back to the home page. So just search here, it will give all the jar related. So I want Apache PY. So click on that, select the version, whatever you want. Okay. Try to select, don't go with the latest version every time, because in latest version, there might be some issues. Which is the most stable one, that you have to go and select it. How will you get to know that which is stable one? Based on the number of downloads here, you will get to know, and it comes with like once you start working, you will get to know all those things. So if you want to select the version, suppose I want to select 3.14 version, click on that. If you come down here, you will have dependency for everything. For all the jars, you will have the Maven dependency in the internet. Just go and copy it, paste it in your form.xml, save it. It will download all those jars for you, and it will add under Maven dependencies folder. Okay. So this is how you can add the dependencies here. So now you are good to go with working in Selenium class. You can create a class which will allow you to access all these jar files. So now you are ready to go and use all the classes under these jar files. So in Selenium Chrome driver, if you open this one, you will have lot of files here. So this is Chrome driver file, Chrome driver command file, Chrome driver Chrome options. So like this, it has provided a lot of things here. You can make use of all these things. So everything is already available. Just what you have to do is, you have to know what to use. Everything is already available. Which one you have to use, that you should know that. Okay. So as we have started today, if you have 10 minutes of time, I'll show you how we can instruct the driver to launch a browser. So I want to instruct the driver to open this Chrome browser. So how we can do that? If you have some 10 minutes of time, I'll cover it now. Otherwise, we'll see it tomorrow. Okay. This is how you create a Maven project, how you can add dependencies, and how it will automatically download the jars from the internet. What and all are required. If you want to change the version, see, now I don't want to use this version. If I want to use one more version like this, see, let me go here. So this is Selenium 3.4.0, right? This version I'm using. Suppose I want to use 3.5.1. This version I want to use. No need to again go here and copy the dependency, everything. Just change the version here. 3.5.1, right? 3.5.1. So as of now, it gives the version. See, 3.4.0, 3.4.0, everything are related to 3.4.0. All the Selenium related things. Now, if I want to change this version, just change it here, manually update it here, and save this project. If you save this, now if you observe, see, everything is getting converted to 3.5.1. 3.5.1. So that is the flexibility that Maven has provided. So if you are creating a Java project and if you want to add all these jar files, it will take a lot of time and you will get confused which one is missing. So you'll not get to know like which jar is missing and how to add it again. So it will be a tedious task again. So creating a Maven project, it will help you to handle the jar files, handle the dependencies. That is the more flexible thing that Maven has provided. So even the dependency, what dependency that you need to add, that is also already available in the internet. You just go and select the version, copy the dependency file. That's it. That is what you have to do. Clear, all of you? So how to launch a browser, how to instruct the WebDriver to launch a browser, that we will see it in the next session. For today, this is the thing. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. All of you, is it clear, all of you? Any doubts? Okay. If you don't have anything, we can wind up this call. I'll share this dependency. Try to create a Maven project. Maven hyphen arch type hyphen quick start. That is the arch type which we have selected. So try to create a Maven project and try to add the dependency. Okay. Try that. Tomorrow we'll see how to launch a browser and how to hit a URL in that browser. We'll see it in the next session.